Man, everybody blast the chat. Let your people who's in music know that we going live. Let them know that we giving up the game. You know, we talking shit. This one is really one big ass hot box. If you ain't noticed, that's really what these sessions be. Just one big ass studio hot box. Man, you guys want to do a quick Q&A before I start mixing? You guys got any questions you want to ask? What's your favorite old school TDE record? In the chat, what's your favorite old school TDE? What's your favorite old TDE? Just J-Rock, Kendrick, Ab-Soul, Schoolboy. What's your favorite record? Blessed? Oh God, LC, bitch, I'm in the club with the homies. Michael Jordan. That was my favorite songs for sure. Turn me up some. Bet I Got Some Weed. Ignorance is Bliss. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites too. I'll say one of my favorites is Sexual Society, Cartoons and Cereal. Ignorance is Bliss. Now that somebody put that in the chat. ADHD. Shit, Money Trees. Where's the camera at? Oh wow. What are some albums do I recommend for mixing engineers to listen to? I recommend listening to, because music nowadays is so monotone, it's hard to really understand textures when it comes to like sonics. So go back and like when I was doing To Pimp a Butterfly, the albums that I will vibe to a lot were the Mo Better Blues soundtrack, was Abbey Road by the Beatles, and was hella Parliament's Funkadelics. Go back and listen to hella Parliament's Funkadelics. Go back and listen to Abbey Road. I would listen to Nirvana. I would listen to albums that I had a lot of instrumentation, a lot of layers, a lot of textures, and dope ass vocals, you know. And I try to find a way where I could take everything from all of those different eras of music and different genres of music and try to fuse it together with some new shit that we're doing with Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah, Funkadelic albums are insane, bro. Like, you got to think, man, I'm from the West Coast. Like, all that old Snoop and Dre shit was all Parliament's Funkadelics. Them niggas just sampling all them crazy worm scents and shit that George Clinton used. All of that stuff is all influenced. All the West Coast G-Funk shit was influenced by P-Funk. I was tripping. We worked with bro on Pimp a Butterfly. He pulled up to the studio, swagging, old nigga. Pulled up, had the fire little dreads. This shit was lit. I wanted to ask this, man, I wanted to pick his brain so bad. How's everybody feeling? You alive? Let me get the Ali backwood packs. You smoking? You hanging out? You chilling? You learning something? Put something in the air. You guys enjoying the new views or what? Shout out to Theo, you know what I'm saying? She surprised me with them. I love them. Let me know if you fucking with the new views. Kid, you in the chat? My boy, what's happening? Shout out to DJ Kid. He in the chat right now. Follow my boy. He getting his Twitch up right now. I know he could be doing some crazy production competitions. All type of shit. Shout out to my boy DJ Kid in the chat live right now. He said, do you mix definitely when straight to when you're high? No, I mix the same. It's a vibe to me. You know, it's not really ones and zeros when I mix. It's more of a feeling. You know, once I feel things locked in, I know it's right, you know. I don't sit up here and, yeah, let's turn 12K up, you know, 12 dB. No, we're not doing that. You know, it's a feeling, and you know, we wanna give a little bit of that human nature to it. You know what I'm saying? That love, that. He said, how's your mix bus hitting -10, but your kick and bass is hitting like -2? So that's the strength of how I got everything routed right now and how I got it summed. You know, it's ways that I know how to use this board to use that type of distortion in my favor. You know, to give that kick or that 808 or that hi-hat or whatever I'm blowing out of proportion when it comes to level. I'm able to get a certain type of like peak or like a good distortion from it when I can manipulate it through this board. You know, when you're mixing on analog gear, you can distort and you won't get a distortion sound. You will just get a more fatter sound, if that makes sense. He said, how do you know when you're getting the right level and knock out of your low end? Again, it's just feeling, you know. But with me also, it's a constant blend. Again, I'll go with the 808 and vocals. I'll make sure the vocals sit well on top of the 808 with that blend together. And then I'll have the 808 and kick and percussion and make sure all those things blend. I want to make sure everything sits in its respective pocket. So, you know, there's a lot of just fine tuning and cutting out little frequencies here and adding there just to make sure everything is sitting around or on top of or under each other. Good looking out. Nah, it's solid. You said, do you ever sidechain an 808 and kick? Nah, I try. I don't like the sidechain the 808 and kick. The sidechain, what it does, it literally just pulls the punch out of whatever bass or 808 that you're trying to sidechain with that kick. You know, you're trying to get more punch, not less punch. You know, so instead of sidechaining, I literally surgically EQ, you know, find the clashing frequencies from the two different sounds, and I would duck one and boost the other. How long it took you to get used to the studio? Usually when I'm in the studio, I lock in for some months. Like I've been here for what? How long have you been here for?
Like 4 or 5 months.
Like 4 or 5 months, 6 months. Before here, I was in another spot for about a year. Before that, I was in a whole another spot. So I like to, you know, switch up the vibes just so, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm going to work. I don't like to feel like I'm going to work every day. I want to switch it up and, you know, be excited when I get there. So I switch the vibes up, switch the environments up, and I kind of just rotate. Chris Styles, I see you. Shout out to you. He said you at 17 hertz. They closed that motherfucking cesspool down. How do you know about 17 hertz? That motherfucking niggas getting stabbed in that mother. What? 17 hertz was every man for himself in that bitch. 17 hertz, wow. You remember 17 hertz?
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, like, is that 17 hertz? I'm like, what? They closed that bitch all the way down. That motherfucker, I think it was like a raid. I think people, like the people who were running that studio or some shit, I heard they were like squatting or some shit. Like, it was crazy. Fuck, I fuck with the vision, fam. Let's build. He said, do you do MSEQ on the board? Nah, I do most of the, I did some on this one. I did some of the mid-side EQing in the box using the Pro Q2. Super easy to use. He said, what's the headroom do I usually have when going to mastering? I try to aim for something between -5 and -10. You know, somewhere in that price range, somewhere in that range. How do you decide which reverb and delay to add? On a lot of records that I get, where you know, nowadays everybody has that demo white shit. Like that is just, you know, it's one of the things that every artist has that I work with. And, you know, because there's so many engineers now, like every artist has their own basic recording engineer that they work with. Sessions, a lot of sessions that I work with that are new clients, a lot of those sessions really come already with the effects that they have on there. So I like to just fine tune what they had rather than stripping it down and rebuilding the effects. You know, they've been living with that rough mix or with that edit for so long. You go back and switch up the verb, it might change the tone of the vocal or change the tone of the placement of any instrument. So, you know, I like to kind of just shine up what's there rather than going back and rebuilding effects at least. Yeah, shout out to Mike Dean. Mike Dean's on Twitch now. Follow my guy. Shout out to Josh Goodwin. Josh Goodwin's on Twitch. Alex Toomey. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to everybody subscribing, man. It's been going crazy. We got 21 subs. Shout out to y'all. Is everybody enjoying the stream or what, man? I know I'm taking forever to twist up. I like to take long when I twist my blunts. It's like ghetto origami. You know, I like to just let my brain wander and just twist up so I can enjoy the blunt. It's like a bonsai, like a ghetto bonsai tree. If y'all enjoying the Twitch, man, if you guys enjoying the stream, let me know. He said make a swan blunt. Nigga can't, who the fuck can make a swan? This Elias, you crazy, my dog. Let me get back to this shit, man. Nigga talking about swan blunts. The homie Shelto could probably make a swan out of his blunts. I promise you, the next time the homie's in town, I'm gonna show you how fast he could twist blunts. I'm gonna call Mike Dean. I'm gonna see if he has a homie that could twist blunts fast too, and we're gonna have a blunt off. Live on Twitch, studio to studio, coast to coast, blunt offs, brought to you by Fuck With Your Boy Records. He said verses for blunts. That'd be fire. The blunt off, the fastest fingers of the West. One night only, Friday, the blunt off. Yo.
You watching you on the steer?
You fucking with it? This nigga, can you see yourself? Shout out to Mike.
Turn off the mic?
I said shout out to Mike.
Oh.
What's going on, man? I'm trying to get everybody to get ready for this game station.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just seeing if you gave it away yet.
Nah, we haven't done a raffle yet. We gonna probably do it. You said what? Yeah, do your thing. Save it in. We'll probably do it in the next. What time is it now? 9. And then like the next 30, we'll do it. We should have you on while we do it. Huh?
Studio A?
Yep. No, this is Studio B, the back. Man, you don't know nothing about this right here, man. You been mixing in the house forever.
That's one of my old rooms right there.
Man, when? Mike been
2000.
these They said Mike been in this motherfucker in 2000. You said what? Say it again.
That's why I mix like Common, Finding Forever, like a few things. Yeah.
Nigga Mike been doing this shit when I was out. Man, I hate you, bro. I hope to God I could do it. I hope to God I could do this shit as long as you, man. Fuck.
Yeah, your ears are gonna ring. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh man, it's getting there. Trust me. Trust me. There's a lot of huns. There's a lot more huns are entering my vocabulary. Exactly. Shout out to Mike Dean, man. Hey, Gang Station coming real soon. You got an official date when it come out or not?
Yeah, it's dropping tomorrow.
Oh, it's dropping tomorrow. Black Friday. Pull up. Black Friday, Gang Station.
Exactly.
Going crazy, bro.
Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just talking shit.
You enjoying it or what? You fucking with it? You enjoying it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. Word. I'm gonna call you when we wrap up.
All right, for sure.
All right. Shout out to Mike. If you're not following Mike Dean, follow Mike Dean on Twitch. If I was to get dry vocals, how would I go about cleaning those up? Whenever I get dry vocals, that's when I really get the freedom to do what I want. You know, whenever somebody sends me dry vocals, that's just telling me like go ham. So at that point, you know, I just go ham. You know, I would get a solid blend of the music, and then just, you know, get a solid vocal blend of the vocals and where they sit. And then I'll just add a bunch of different effects. You know, take some off, add some more. I try to do I over process plugins to try to create a whole different sound, just a whole bunch of plugins fused into one. So, you know, in those type of scenarios and situations, that's when, you know, we have really a lot of fun with the effect processing. I'm gonna see if I can find a session that I could work on that gives me that freedom, so you could just see, you know, you can go completely just ape shit with throwing shit on top of each other when it comes to effects and just having fun with it, using your imagination. I look at effects and the reverb and delays and things like just painting on the canvas, you know, just adding certain delay throws to use the left and the right, stereo imaging, all type of shit. So I'm gonna wrap this up so we can get ready to do this giveaway. Again, we're giving away a few of Mike Dean's new Gang Station plugin, distortion plugin, and then we also I'm gonna give away some sound toys. I'm gonna give away some sound toys, little altar boy. I'm gonna check my inventory, see what else we got in the back. See what else we can hand over to y'all. All right, bet.